Hi, I'm from outer space. My name is the Stolen Man, and I've got a magnet on my face. People ask me, where are you from and what's your race? I live in South Florida, and I live in a good place. But for real, let's get started with this video. I hope you like my little song, but this video is all about why you guys have to be humble. There's a song on social media that people think represents spirituality, and it's a big, giant problem. An entire song could be an okay song until you put a lyric in the song, and you put a lyric in the song, and that song actually turns out to be kind of you sliding stuff under the rug, and you just hiding stuff in the song. It's kind of like a subliminal, and it's making people not humble, and it's a giant problem in the 21st century. It's a giant problem in the society. It is really, really, really not good to not be humble. If you follow the Bible, if you follow biblical teachings, the Bible specifically says to be humble. And now we have a Generation X or Z or whatever, I think both, that they're flat out saying it's good to not be humble. That's the furthest thing from the truth. Everything around you will crumble if you're not humble. Remember that. Don't ever, ever say, I don't have to be humbled. Yeah, there's nothing good about being humble. Trust me, you will be humbled and you will be taken to such a low point. Your blessings drop like flies the second you think, and there's some giant, just disturbing stuff going on online, which even in my TikTok lives, people say, hello God, hello goddesses, and I get what the person's trying to say, but people are actually backing the point that we're God. I have to tell you this right now. You're not God. I'm not God. She's not God. He's not God. God is the Most High, and this is just a test. Man gets very comfortable into the point of where a man has made a certain achievement, and then it goes straight to man's head, and they'll say to themselves, oh cool, I've got my houses and my mansions, I'm God. What happened to certain celebrities who have said that? One day after certain celebrities have said that, everything falls apart. Their family, their finances, everything. The creator will always be there. You see this with several different rappers, several different people in magazines. It must be all the ego going to the person's head. I'm talking about celebrities right now. I'm going to get to some of the people in the younger generation soon, but celebrities make it very, very known. Like, you don't have to be humble. You claim your own reality, and people are like, yeah, sister, yeah, brother, yeah, we are our own gods and goddesses. You will get humbled so very quick, and until you recognize it, because some of you are being humbled, but you're still not humble, and you're getting humbled even more, and you're hitting rock bottom, and you're blaming everything around you except for yourself. This is a giant problem. There's nothing cute about ego. Let's talk about love and relationships and wealth and prosperity and money. Nothing of that let's talk about what wealth really is. You can date someone with mansions and cars and yachts and boats. But if that person's not humble, and you're around that person for 30 minutes, and you say to yourself, I can't be with this person anymore because their ego is making me physically ill. It's making me physically sick. That person's not wealthy because they're completely alone. You can have everything on the planet, but when you're by yourself, you're in your own hell. You're in your own hell before you're in hell. Let's just say that. There's nothing wealthy about someone who has all these boats and all these cars and everything that they can buy, but they don't have the wealth of their soul being fulfilled by the Most High God. When you claim that you're not humble, when you claim that it's good to not be humble, you're hurting yourself, and you will subtract every single blessing until you finally get humble, which some of you, unfortunately, that's not the case. I really do hope this video, and I'm going to talk about some of the Generation X and Z people. It's a really, really scary thing, because you're being told by people you look up to stop being humble. Be yourself. Be the god and goddess you were meant to be. No. You will not get ahead that way. You will not find a relationship that way. You will not find business partnerships that way. You will not find true fulfillment. You will be completely void and completely empty. I know it's in social media. I know it's on TV. I know it's in everywhere you look to not be humble. I'm going to tell you right now, you can try it. Now you're watching this video, now you're made more aware. When you're not humble, things around you will crumble until you identify it. The biggest problem is people are really not identifying it, and they're like, yeah, it's just luck happening, or like, oh, I'm a Libra, star sign, Aquarius, and people will blame the astrology until, like, everything that happens around you is because of you. You're gonna learn that right now in my video. If you don't like your life, it's because you have done something around, you have put a cause and effect to put yourself where you're at. That's flat out it. And the one thing, if you're not humble, you're not going to see your blessings coming. I'm going to tell you that right now. It is very, very, like, and now I've seen a certain kind of people online, and they're like, okay, I'm humble, but nothing comes to me anyway. Yeah, because you said nothing's going to come to you, and guess what? We're co-creators of our own reality. We step out of our bed after we connect to the Most High God. Hopefully you guys pray before you get out of bed, but if you're not connected with God and you're stepping out into your reality and you're setting no goals, you're not talking to anything above yourself, you think you are the only thing in the universe, or you think your reality is the only way, basically the only operation of just your existence, that's what's going wrong. You're creating your own limiting beliefs. If you're not where you're at, it's because you haven't changed yourself. You put out such an energy that it came back to you. You don't like it, you haven't changed it, and when more of it comes back to you, it's still not changing. I really do hope this video saves some of you, because some of you are actually, I see it on your Instagrams, I see it on your Facebooks, I see it just on different platforms. Yeah, I don't have to be humble. I'm done being humble. 2022, 2023, no more being humble. Yeah, how'd that go for you? You're in the same spot as you were in 2020, huh? You were in the same spot when the world ended, and before you got your world to begin, because you haven't accepted that we are all blood. We are all flesh. I don't care what celebrity you are. We all bleed the same blood, unless you're a reptile, then whatever. But the entire point of this video is to get you guys to be humble. That's where it begins. You don't have gratitude, you'll have an attitude when things don't go your way. Some of you who are like, I'm thankful and nothing comes to me anyway. Yeah, because you're not sincere. Your intentions are not sincere. You can say what you're grateful for all day long, but if you don't really mean it, then nothing. Then This video is really to let you guys know, and to let some of you know that you do have to do some waking up. Being awoken spiritually doesn't mean you burn sage and walk around your house and say, no. You watched 3 things. You watched American Horror Story, you watched a few YouTube videos, you watched a few TikTok videos, and you think you're woke because you think that you're the god and goddess of your own reality. I don't really know what's being taught. Every single day, more people are being moved closer to the Creator, but every single day, a lot more people are being moved away from the Creator. This is the easiest way to be moved away from the Creator. This is the easiest way to live a life of just poverty. You can have money, but you can still be poor. That concept is so foreign to some people. I know certain people who have all the cars they ever want, all the houses they ever want, all the boats they ever want. And this is not just one person. I know several people like this, and the people are not wealthy of the soul. Someone who has absolutely nothing has more wealth than they do because they can't keep people near them. They can't keep blessings near them. You can have this stuff in this life, but it doesn't mean anything. It's completely void. It's physical. How is a boat going to make you happy when you don't have anyone to talk to on the boat? You have to pay someone to talk to you. Even then, that's completely empty, and then that's not real. It's temporary. So the real message of this video is you guys have to be humble. If you want to start seeing true blessings roll in, you guys have to be really humble. And what does being humble mean? Okay, I've talked about you have to be humble this whole video. What does it mean? Treat each other with respect, for one. Some of you are so disrespectful to people you see in public. Some of you, I'm not talking to all of you. There's a good portion. If you're a regular on my YouTube video, on my YouTube channel, you'll probably watch this video and be like, yeah, I'm on the side that's not. I'm already humble, but this video is for people who just flat out want to stick up for themselves and not being humble. What does being humble mean? Being humble is treating each other the same, treating each other with respect, assuming that basically everyone's not your enemy, you're not better than anyone, there are so many tests given to us. Sometimes you guys get tests just to fail them, to really reveal what kind of person you are. Sometimes you guys get tests just to pass them, and then you get upgraded. You find more spiritual fulfillment. When you're not humble, angels won't be helping you. I'll tell you that right now. Angels will stay silent. They'll back up, and they'll be like, okay, we're going to help this person with lessons, and when they hit rock bottom, and sometimes it takes you guys like 10 years to hit rock bottoms. The worst thing with some of you who are not humble is you don't get to truly hit rock bottom. You always yo-yo to the very lowest. You never really recognize it. Something helps you, and then you go straight back up, and you don't learn your lesson, and you think life is tough because I don't know what you guys think. You guys have not you guys. A large portion of people have a concept of blaming for when something happens wrong in your life. You blame everything but yourself. That's a problem. That's why you keep seeing the same thing. The easiest way, actually, this is a very good video topic, because the easiest way to achieve love, prosperity, protection, just having more angels move closer to you, is to be grateful for what you have. It doesn't even matter. I'm grateful for this camera. I'm grateful for the screen I'm looking at you guys. I'm grateful for my desk. I'm grateful for my chair. The second you're not grateful for something, you better believe it's going to be taken from you. And it's going to be given energetically, even an idea. If you're not grateful for an idea that pops in your head, why do you think some entrepreneurs say like, oh, I thought about this idea 2 years ago, but then it went to someone else, and someone else made the idea even though it didn't say it? Yeah, because you weren't humble about your idea, and your idea was taken away from you and given to someone else. Yeah, that does happen. Certain beings of light, when they give someone an idea and they're not humble with it, they're like, yeah, I don't need this idea because I'm better than this idea anyway. I don't need your help. And I've seen there. I mean, thank God I really do have a good YouTube audience who really cares about moving upwards spiritually. On the opposite side, practice being humble. Now, this video is basically, even in conversations, I'm going to teach you something right now. The conversation, when you meet a stranger in public, it's not about you. A lot of people will have problems keeping a relationship, have problems talking to people, have problems meeting new people, because they want to talk about themselves so much because they're not humble. They don't realize that they're not the only person outside themselves. You take a second to really listen to someone. You don't have to say much at all. You just ask about the person. They're going to feel validated. They're going to feel, because, I see it I'm so very often, like, people in the gym, they're yelling and screaming and flexing in the mirror, and they're not humble about the progress that they make, and that's why it's so temporary. That's why it doesn't fulfill them. It doesn't bring them happiness, because they didn't get it from a place of light. Yeah, especially for people who use steroids, but that's a whole other video topic that I probably will never do, because actually, I did have my personal training license way back then, but I didn't keep that. I didn't really care about that much. I'm a spiritual personal trainer. But, guys, just practice being humble, practice being grateful. If one thing I'm going to teach you right now, if you're someone who has nothing but a penny, nothing but $1, you want to make that dollar turn to 100, to 10,000, to 100,000. It's actually not that difficult. If you're genuinely grateful for that $1, and you just focus on the thanks because you didn't have that dollar before, even if you're starting from nowhere, that dollar is going to multiply like crazy. You have no idea what the power of gratitude and high vibration is. There's a vibrational scale that basically says that when you're down here, you'll attract more of what's down here. When you're up here, you're going to attract more of what's here. Money's just a vibration. Love is just a vibration. When you're grateful for, some of you who enter relationships never keep their relationships because you're not humble. What does that mean? If you actually think you're better than who you are in with a relationship, you're not going to keep it at all. You're going to have the karma of not finding a good relationship, and you're going to attract nothing but people who are lessons. What does that mean? You might attract people after you leave the relationship, but those people are just lessons to really help you become better because you really messed up. That's why some of you who have been super cocky in a relationship and have not evaluated or learned it actually became worse people, is because you never evaluated that you should have been humble. And yeah, just it goes downhill. And trust me, when you're not humble, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. Save yourself the time, humble yourself, feel good about life. Like I said, if you just have $1, that $1 will turn into $10, which will turn into $20, just because you focused on that gratitude and being humble for that $1. Even when I see a penny on the street, I'm so grateful just to pick up the penny, and I'm humble to pick up the penny because I'm like, this is a beautiful penny. I've even talked about it. A penny has a very specific energy. You pick a penny up, you're gonna have a good day of good luck because one, it takes a certain kind of specific person. Because some people are like, ew, it's just a penny. It doesn't mean anything. Yeah, humble yourself because if you just had a penny, then what would that penny mean to you? So pick that penny up, be grateful for it, give it to someone else. It doesn't even matter. It's still, just be humble. Treat each other the same. Like, some of you are so if I ever see this in public, I don't really go out to certain places in public very often, but if some of you, and this is for one of the reasons, because if I see someone being nasty to someone who's just doing their job at work, you're yelling and screaming, I'm going to end the yelling and screaming. I'm going to call it on the spot. I like to bring justice to certain things that I can bring, even if it's not, I don't cause fights. I don't like to end fights. I just like to say what's right. Like, hey, this person's just doing the job. They're just doing their job. You're yelling and screaming at them. Especially some of you, if you ever want to see what real personality someone has, and some of you already know this, take a person on a date to a restaurant and see how they treat the server. That's just one way. There's different ways online you can find out. If they treat them like really, really badly, red flag for you. Run, run, run. I mean, there's just different ways of being humble. It's not hard to be humble. Just be conscious. Give thanks to God. Give thanks to all your blessings. Even if, like, even this chair, I'm very grateful for. How many people don't even have a bed? Like, really? Just be humble and you're going to see more. And I'll conclude this video by telling you that if you want to see what happens to celebrities who say don't be humble, if you want to see what happens to celebrities who call themselves God and who say they're greater than everything else, look what happens if you look at the timeline of what. Here, I'm going to give you a little tip, because celebrities think they can, I mean, you guys think celebrities can say whatever they want and it's correct, but look at the timeline that celebrity said, I don't have to be humble, I'm above everything else. And then if you look up at, just look what happens to the celebrity afterwards. Something always happens immediately afterwards, and people don't know it because it's never reported in the same time. Like, oh, this person, yeah, they just had an overdose, or like this person just blah, 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 blah. Oh, this person. People don't look at that. People just look at one thing they say, and then they're like, they rock to it. Yeah, spirituality. We don't have to be humble. We are our own gods and goddesses. You want to live a really painful life? That's the easiest way to live the most painful life. You live a life void, without wealth, without prosperity, without relationships. You will be empty, and all the walls to everything you have will crumble when you're not humble. That's what this video is about. You won't even keep a single relation. You won't keep a friendship. And the friends you will attract when you're not humble, you're going to have a bunch of backstabbers. Ooh. And you're wondering why do you have all these backstabbers around you? It's because you're not humble. You attract people who are not humble. You attract people who are not of light, and you are in the dark. I don't know who needed to hear that, or who needed to hear certain messages of this video. My messages, this is a very straight to the point message, because I could not speak my mind on this video. You guys have to be humble. Because we're all human. Guess what? We are all human, so sometimes we slip and we end up being cocky. It's okay. We're human. God states that we're going to make mistakes. In the Bible, he said, or in different religious texts, most religious texts don't say that we're going to be perfect on here. No, we're not going to be perfect. We're going to make mistakes. Sometimes we fall out of line. But as soon as we fall out of line and we catch ourselves, then correct it. Don't take pride in your mistakes of darkness. Okay? Be the best version of yourself. Love others. Be humble, or everything will crumble. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!